Alright, let's make sure everything's working. Okay, everything seems to be working. Or at least it seems to be from my end. Alice isn't wrong, the mood out there is still grim. Some of the Turali remember a time before they were dependent on the Sol system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tural, ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliolal. My brother is doing all he can to see the Zaktoral Railroad restored to operation so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. When I left for this visit, Koana seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it for ourselves. To Shaleone Station, then I'll make sure to keep Koana informed. Okay, needed to make sure. Because I don't think I got all of the... I don't think I got all of the... Yeah, I did not. Vow of Resolve and Ignis Deutschian to boot. What can I do for you? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Toral that can't make the journey on foot. I see, and as it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Scratch the on his way. Hey, Aaronville! Gasp! Did our little Bun Bun finally outgrow his old clothes? Stop that. As you well know, my previous attire was that of a gleaner, and I have chosen a different path. It was time for a change. You hear about the railroad too? It was in part for my sake that the original Dawn Blazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lama T has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we are having difficulty pulling her into the station in a manner of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations, but now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Milwahetsoan. That is the Ronik, though the Hetsaro that followed them are none too pleased about their Hetsu being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint, but a silent train presents a different danger. The Ronik will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. And I suppose can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and put off the grazing ahead again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Ronik's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. The Ronik's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I am not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of Milwahetsoan for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hitsaro have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Huato. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hitsaro encampment if you like. What was the background, what was the mount music for this one again? Okay. Just generic. Not who I wanted to talk to. There we are. Vow of resolve, vow of reason. I bid you welcome to our camp, but what brings you all the way to Milwahetsoan? I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Zoxwaral Railroad. You too have noted the Ronik's unexpected change of behavior, then. My son, Shepetto, has been looking into this matter. Shepetto? Normally, we'd expect the Ronik to keep to their favorite grounds nearby for a while yet. And despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in Piari Yonan and Yatana. Nay, I don't know how to pronounce these words. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward towards your railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hitsaru would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Hitsaru descent. My parents traveled with the Ronik as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stall keeper in Toliale's markets, and that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamati came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Truly? I've never heard of the Ronique choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any sorrow willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. It must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in the footsteps that I might better make excuses for their actions never much appealed to me. Even if it might help you better understand the Ronique's current behavior. As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hetsaro may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repent past mistakes. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me of the Ronique and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Will you learn of Hetsaro culture with me? I should like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share, but it would be useful to know whether I am, doing it correctly. Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Ronique, and we'll have a look around the plains, and perhaps in the process we'll find the answers we seek. The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. I hope you're not above manual labor. I am not the most experienced, I'm ashamed to admit, but I shall put forth every effort. That's all we ask. Take these tools. Now, introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Let us meet back here later to share what we've learned. Talkative Hetsaro. I'm afraid I've finished with my tasks for the time being, but since you're so eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you a bit about our migration customs? If you're here, you likely already know that the Ronique are our Hetsu, our guides that we travel with through the turning of the seasons, and we trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits in two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Hetsaro must also part with half of our number. You may think it a strange and stressful custom, but over the years it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as a people. This too is the wisdom of the Hetso. A troubled Hetsaro. This won't do. The wind will go right through it, and me without my needle and sinew. Oh, these are precisely what I needed. I should be able to patch up the cover now. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Ronique hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally don't worry. Playful Hetsaro. You're learning about the Hetsauro way of life, are you? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall if I arrived at them myself. Our Hetso provide us with something that we use in medicines. Poultices and soup to drive away pests and to sustain our fires. What is it? Medicines, poultices, and soap. Is it dung? Again? It sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. I had to think about that for a moment. I'm like, what would that do? Because it seems like this is based on some Native American cultures, and being one myself, I'm just like, okay, if I think about this. We've discovered myriad uses for runique chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Where there is a need, our Hetso always provide. As you stroke the runique's coat, you notice that many portions are shaggy and tangled. This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Would you like to give it a try? You'll need the right tool for the job, mind you. A comb of the type you're used to would just get lost in the tangle, like as not. Ah, Geppetto sent a runique brush with you, did he? How like him. Now just run it through one little patch at a time, gently. Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, I definitely did that, and definitely was not just pet in the air. You dutifully brush the runique until your arms grow weary from the prolonged battle with its coat. It appears much tidier now, though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. Sounds like when I brushed my cat. Well done. With less excess fur, our friend here will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat and less susceptible to illness. A combed coat also makes it easier for us to identify injuries should the need arise. You smell of the grass and the wind, which is a good thing. I promise. You could nearly be mistaken for one of us, or at least an adventurous Tonowata. I have to wonder how Valquana is getting on. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. Ah, there he is now. Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the runique and ended up rather far afield. I found myself wandering hither and thither as my companion's inclination to force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how was your own work? Have you anything to share? The runique are treasured members of this community, as important as family. Indeed, the runique provide for the Hetsauro, and in turn, the Hetsauro are good to the runique, just as family should be. Mine is not the only way, though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Runique, as they did to me, and so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service of the people of Toral, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today, and I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Hetso are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Valquana. You're welcome among our herd anytime. What do I want? Yeah, I'll take this. Can use that to help level up my white mage later. I didn't even read what the quest name was. Koana, how did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hetso. They nourish the Hetsaru as they grow and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Runique are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Hetsaru would never cage them, and neither should we. To control the migratory patterns or capture those wandered too close to the tracks is out of the question. Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Runique's once favored grazing grounds. As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Runique. Even the birds and field mice have fled. Did we encounter one pack of Sotoro raptors? We did encounter one pack of Sotoro raptors, but they looked to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Though the Hetsaru would have surely put two and two together were the case geological. I mentioned the area's ether to be certain. There was indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. A large animal, perhaps? And a powerful one like as not. A predator, given the local fauna's behavior. I was just thinking, like, there's a lot of weird shit, so a big animal would probably be one of the... Well, it'd be probably one of the causes. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be a Turahetsu? Turahetsu. Runique Reaver in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night is another evocative one. Runique can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Torohetsu. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one is so far from home and its pack both. In any case, I believe the source of the Runique's consternation is clear, and as is our next move. We must drive this Reaver away, that they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Never fear. We will make certain that the beast threatens you no more. The Runique Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We cannot allow it to roam unchecked. But it won't do for us to go running off in search of it without having made proper preparations, and if others returning from across the plain have spotted it, they may be able to inform us of its recent behavior and where it might be found.
Hetsu is coming this way!
Oh, Turo Hetsu. Okay, so I was sort of right on the pronunciation.
It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety!
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
Ronek. Okay.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Make haste! We must protect the Ronek!
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
Hello.
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
That herd should be all right. Let's look for stragglers. The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind.
Found the stragglers.
There must be something up ahead. Come!
Man, it would be great if my gap closer could, you know.
These are no match for the likes of us.
Okay, Juana's got that all covered.
It seems that did the trick.
For the fodder, at least. But where's...
Okay, but where's the big guy? Oh.
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronak Reaver, and no mistake.
There! That one there!
Did he even flinch?
Not so fast!
Quana, you're not tanked! His...
Even should it cost me my life. I will save the head soul!
Wanda's lucky that all that did was toss him and break his glasses. He is lucky he came out as much as whole as he did.
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronak to safety.
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right! Let's finish the job!
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer! You'll find the vow of reason is not without resolve.
Damn it! Not even a scratch!
Find me some time to think, will you? You must have a weakness. I will find it. A bit busy. I need time.
Right! Go for the legs!
Oh, maybe I should have saved that.
Now we just have to keep it in.
Protected current of ether. But whence does it flow? I've got it!
Ooh.
One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and... You're done for! That stemmed the flow of protective ether.
Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
Yeah, spiky dino. Ah. Oh, that's new.
We must disperse that ether ere the river recovers it!
This is going to hurt.
Huh. That was a little more tense than I was hoping.
We did it. That's so.
I did it again where I end up
The
cutting
Ronek
out
have all
before
made
it.
it to Mehua Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetso.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty.
Juana's lucky he came out as well as he did with how hard he got hit.
The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeniheta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozeniheta. That's where the Pelu Pelu trader found me as a babe.
Yeah, I had a feeling that this was going to connect.
Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. Well distracted, I heard one cry. Save our son! Save the Hetzel! After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. And as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to figure that out.
All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek.
Nope, they were just dead.
But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am Dawn's servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Feed the bird. Keep it out. To know that the Hetzo are safe is more than enough, yet would it be wrong to hope that, in protecting them, we also avenge my parents? It is the least I owe to them, after all this time. Ignis, I thank you for standing by me, as Dawn Servant, and as the oft imperfect man beneath that mantle. Now, let us return our attentions to the matter we came here to address, shall we? We have removed the root cause of the Ronek, straying from their favorite grazing, and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of ether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight better than a traditional whistle, more effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves.
Came back, I reset my router because my connection has been acting up all day.
Man, I hate when that happens. Let us return to Charloani Station and begin working on it then. Waldeka and his crew will doubtless be relieved to have finally a solution. Currently I'm level 78, 79 of White Mage. So yeah, I've gotten almost all of my combat classes up to level 80. I'll need to deal with this eventually. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir.
Blood for the blood lily.
Blood for the... Yeah, so yeah, I finally understand what the blood lily thing is about. After that, I'll probably concentrate on... I'll probably try to get the relic weapon for at least Dark Knight, because Samurai is still not at level 100 yet. Not sure what I'll do after that. You look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad, I take it? So the Rendek were avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are. And Valquana's not too bad himself. What with his whistle idea. Sit tight, we'll have this train on the tracks before you know it. Sit tight.
We're ready to go.
Whoa! She looks as good as new!
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
I encountered a Devil May Cry Virgil cosplayer earlier today, named Virgil Nilo. Referencing Nilo Angelo.
If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel. And we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Devil May Cry is another series I need to play.
I would suggest... Okay. I would suggest... To get familiar with the lore, I would suggest getting the Devil May Cry HD collection. and starting with the first game. Although, FYI, that first game is brutal. And that's just the normal difficulty setting. The way you unlock the easy difficulty setting is needing to die on one of the first missions or use a healing item to unlock it. But the moment you play easy mode, you are not getting out of it. Because level select is only possible, difficulty selection is only possible if you beat the game on hard mode, which if you beat the game in normal mode, it forces you into New Game Plus on hard mode.
Premium and I have premium.
Wait, DMC or Devil May Cry HD Collection, because those are two separate games. DMC is the 2013 reboot.
HD Collection and DMC 5.
Let's put this train
Okay.
through paces.
The HD Collection only has the first 3 games. You would need to get... Because you'll be missing context from Devil May Cry 5 if you don't play Devil May Cry 4. But yeah, Devil May Cry 3 is... Okay, the way that the timeline is Devil May Cry, the first volumes 1 and 2 of the Devil May Cry 3 manga, then Devil May Cry 3, followed by Devil May Cry, then the Devil May Cry anime from 2008, not the Netflix one. Then it's Devil May Cry 4, Devil May Cry 2, presumably. Devil May Cry 2's placement is odd. And then finally, Devil May Cry 5. That's the chronological order. I suggest play it in release order.
Correction HD and 4 is on it.
Okay, HD and 4. Okay.
There's a Ronak up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, Black. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
For a while there, we were real worried that we'd never get the railroads running again. But now that the test drive was such a success, we can breathe easy and start hauling people to and from the dome. First Shalani, and then the continent. Watch out, Doctoral, here we come. I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure smooth operations. Time to get back to it. The efforts of all here today have not gone unnoticed. Once more, I thank you. As for our own work, I trust you can handle matters in Alexandria, Lamati.
A lot of people unimpressed when 1 meter SQ came out.
7.1 came out. Huh. Well, it's possible that Shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale, what do you have her working on? Galuljaw's mother. I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Kakuya we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. Yes, I remember how she embarrassingly called you Bun Bun. How she used all sorts of cute names to embarrass you to everyone on the internet. I needn't search for what she left behind, because she left it with me, and I will carry it always. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny kakwa? I don't remember how to pronounce the name. What? No! It is merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought it was a good souvenir as any. Whatever you say. For what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. And for the record, just so you two know, yes, I did go with the option of saying, did our Bun outgrow his old clothes? Yes, well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? I thought I might join you for a time, see if there's aught I can do for the people there. Much changed, though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way.
Track of time when I was play Zelda randomizer.
Yeah, Zelda's one of those games where it's very easy to lose track of time. By the way, I did look up the Majora's Mask 3D twin mold fight, and I gotta say, that is the best change I've ever seen them make. Like, that should have been the fight in the original version. Just fucking WWE in a goddamn snake. A simple yet elegant solution, and thus is the railroad back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale has nearly finished processing the data. She will be able to find her sharons with us imminently. I'm interrupting something, I gather. Why, Stola, what brings you here? I've seen enough of the Gate in the Sky to Cenotes for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought it would do well to have the company of an expert on electrope. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I can join you once we've finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key you're keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Taishul Jah herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right.
Get used to looking
Several
for
audio
data
files will now
shell.
play in sequence.
Get used to looking through data. Tanaka's commodities just starts playing.
My name is Teishalja.
She's still at it even in before 7. 5.
She's still at it.
In order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I was a virgin with the Lance Guard. I was part of the
more data.
dispatch to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Tuyolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran, and in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path, a path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today, it should have been today. A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If you could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
My... No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
Well, that's depressing.
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy family. Kaniloka's shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
A few years ago?
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
I'm fine, Lamarchi.
Yeah, scratch that idea I had in my head. Because, like, maybe she's still... Okay, you know what? Accident? Yeah, she's dead. Yeah, she's probably just dead.
Father and Mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try.
You're like 5 years old. How can you have this kind of wisdom at the age of 5?
I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
Can't help myself, okay? I've been doing this randomly with NPCs. Or at least recently I have, where I just like, okay, let me get a view at you. It's better to know. A profound response for one so young. Ah, shit, can't properly... Oh, there we are. Though I wish he didn't have to be, Golulja is indeed wise beyond his years. Yet, one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. 'Tis fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Golulja. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I am ready to head to live in memory when you are. Yeah, I am planning to be thorough, so we need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much and more to attend to. So for now, farewell. A word before you leave. Our network's already spreading word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the first train back, yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. What? When we spoke before, you said many from Tuliolol were eager to reunite with friends and family. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard? If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Let's start at Lay Node 9. Okay, we're just gonna do that. No, we're not gonna let the intrusive thoughts win. Great, now that's gonna be nagging at me. There may still be people gathered in Praxis Park. Let's try there first.
Channeler lets you jump in the hole.
Amalur lets you jump in the hole. Yes, I know about this. I have the achievement for it. I'm just like, this is gonna kill me, isn't it? Save, jump down hole, die. Exactly as I expected.
Did something happen?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function. I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the Ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
Hold on, motherfucker. Run that last part by me again.
To electric boogaloo.
What?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do.
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
I don't understand. Sphene is gone. Forever. You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty? What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria. Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
You could not have sounded more robotic if you tried.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed? This is no way to live. Not for us, nor our children.
I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution.
All of us shall be made endless.
That's even worse.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long as you like. Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone.
Yeah, we really should have.
But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all. One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
You know, I've heard this sort of spiel before. It's always a horror show.
But only 5,000 of us?
You Victral! The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people. Who are you?
Now we just have to drink the Kool-Aid.
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Llama tea? Okay, good.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
I'm sure that's not a foreshadow of anything whatsoever. We only caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message about neo-regulators was received with utmost clarity. It couldn't have been Sven. She should have been destroyed when the Meso terminal shut down. Without a single Alexandrian to bear witness, presented with an identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen, 'tis no surprise that they would choose to believe she's alive. What is troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor. 'Tis as if their memories have been erased. Or altered. Given that the members of Oblivion remain unaffected, that was likely the work of the regulators. But by whose design? Someone smart enough to play it being the Queen of Reason. In that guise, even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria will be on her side. We need to find out who she really is. While I agree wholeheartedly, we should avoid drawing more attention than we already have. We must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. Meanwhile, in living memory,
Where am I? My people, are they safe?
What's better than two Sphenes?
Why am
I had a feeling, based on the voice. Who broke into the Organization 13 cloning facility? Ah, Ignis, your timing could not have been better. If you a moment.
No one ever forgot about sheep.
No one ever forgot about sheep. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share. Excellent. We'll just wait for Lamatisse, and she should arrive shortly. Ignis, glad to see you're here too.
Correction, Sphene.
Speak of the devil. Let's catch up. Let's catch each other up, shall we? Right, I'll go first if nobody minds. I've been back in Yolol and spoke with Quana. I told him all about the records left behind by Galulja's mother, as well as Sphene's reappearance. We decided that I should remain in the dome until things settled down once more. But while I'm Galulja's guardian, I'm also a foreign ruler. I'll have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling in Alexandrian politics. That's all for me. As for the rest of us, we've been keeping track of this new Sphene. She has been making regular appearances before the people, and each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much about her remains a mystery, including why she's chosen to reveal herself now. On our end, we've confirmed that only those wearing regulators have had the knowledge of Queen Spheen's death altered. Someone must have tampered with the devices to remove any and all memories of the event, though we haven't yet identified the perpetrator. Given recent events, Spheen is the chief suspect. Many believe that the Queen of Reason is alive and well, and remember her funeral as a memorial for those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this has proven confusing for those with more accurate recollections. We'll carry on with our investigation. I'll head to Earth and Sky now and coordinate with our people there. There's one other matter, the highlight of this gathering, you might say. We'd like you to meet a certain someone. By all means, where's this person now? In the break room. She is unwell and Y'shtola and Alice have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. Drum roll! The break room is at the end of the hallway through the door. We can go whenever you're ready. Get the drum roll ready.
What is she doing here?
Yeah, no one ever got their memories wiped about
she was busy
Spheen.
spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul.
Hold on, motherfucker. Run that last part by me again.
We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now.
Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis.
never died.
Y'shtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with epoxy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Sphene was created. The original Queen Sphene of Alexandria.
What? But how can that be possible? The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
I died. Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of that recently.
What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia?
I don't know about Zelenia, but
who are you people?
Okay, I don't know about Zelenia, but I have bad news about Otis.
Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself.
You'll learn more about that later.
Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphene of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
In that dark room, there was an electrope casket, designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis. Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down, that was where you were kept, in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom, for 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Hope you enjoyed your beauty sleep.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
Rather different. That's one way to put it.
Sphene sickle.
Sphene sickle. I do not believe that you are a lion, so please tell me everything that has happened. Everything. Okay, well, to start off, most of your people are dead. And that's assuming any are alive, by the way. Very well. But let us do so with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I should like more of us to assist, it isn't practical to gather everyone, so I will summon Graha, Tia, and Kryl for now. Almost pronounced it Krill, like Nearly did for Final Fantasy V. Seriously, how did he get the pronunciation as Krill? By the way, Otis is dead. Like, very fucking dead.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Y'shtola and Alisei's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale.
I feel like the other one is dead as well.
I know not how to repay them, not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
Oh, Zelena? Oh yeah, she's probably she's probably super dead as well.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
Y'shtola is the motherly sort. She definitely is.
He's known those two for a long time. You can trust in his judgment. Besides, you helped to prove that their treatment works here as well.
Well, yes, I have known them for a long time, and one is a hothead who, if he was allowed, would start cussing you out with every swear in the book, and then some. and the other has, not once, but twice used a forbidden spell that caused her to swim around in the life stream, damn well near killing herself.
With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long. So very long. I steeled myself, having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
I was about to say, kid, you've lost your mother and father. Yes, that is very sad, depressing, and everything. Sphene has lost everyone she's ever known.
Great idea. There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm.
We'll be your escort.
Truly? I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamat.
Thank you as well, Ignis, for your kindness. The endless Sphene. You know her, do you not? It may take time for both of us to come.
Sphene time now.
It may take time for both of us to come to terms with this situation. Myself especially, but I recognize that I must. I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. Along with just about everyone you ever knew or loved. Before heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit among the items Shale has prepared for me, I believe. If you would wait outside, I should only need a moment. Alright, take your time.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
It looks... It doesn't look bad, but it also looks kind of odd on her.
Oh, that really suits you.
It looks ideal for a brisk afternoon stroll.
For one so well-traveled to say that, I feel confident it's perfect for exploring the city.
Well-traveled. You should see my history of wardrobe choices.
A moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Sphene.
Okay, well, out in public, your name can be... Got it. Tiger Festival! Those who have seen my playthrough of Tales of Graces know exactly where I'm getting this from.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
Juno, there's a reason why I said Tiger Festival. It relates to Tales of Graces, and in that, the proposed name was used for two different instances. The first was naming Sophie, and it's like, no! And the second was when, oddly enough, or funnily enough, a prince needed to pretend to be a normal civilian. So to hide his name, they're just like, this is our brother's Tiger Festival.
I referencing F9 francs.
Final Fantasy IX. Well, again, I've never played it, so I wouldn't know the reference. Which sucks. Like, the only thing I know about 9 is Monkey Boy and Kuja. That's literally it. I know nothing else.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern, Shale.
It goes by dagger after the first it.
Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
That lady wants to talk with Lama T, so while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can see from here. Is there any place that interests you? What lady? I can't turn the camera! There are so very many, I can't decide where to begin. Then why don't we let Ignis choose? Oh. If I recall, they started this stuff with Shadowbringers. There are lots of different shops at the Nexus Arcade, selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The Endless Fiend gave Ignis and Lamati a tour of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. The castle town I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops whenever I visited. The citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like that lady is doing now with Luke Lamont. That lady talking to Lamati just came back from Tuliolal. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and that's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindblom, but operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually, the tracks were removed entirely. To see that a railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war, with Alexandria the aggressor. In continuing to strive for peace, Tuliolal's leaders have shown great magnanimity, and I can't help but be moved. God, that's one of those words that always trips me up. If you attune to Ley Node 9, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9. It makes it easy to get around. That's the mode of travel that utilizes ether currents, yes? We had the same in my time, but when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. And after the war, the etheric balance across the entire world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, the act of teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. It is heartening to see them available again for the use of one and all. In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get matched to jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. I'm unsure how I feel about regulators and the treatment of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I would never wish to forget. My parents, Otis, Zelenia, I want to remember them all. I am reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others, though. Sorry about that, I got a little carried away with the conversation. It's alright, Ignis and I told her about the places we can see from here. Really? That's great. Right then, why don't we stroll to the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. Ah yes, the residential sector. Just to prove that I am completely aware of Vamp Fatal's conversation, I will show that I know where to go on stream. Let's see, was it this one? It's either this one or that one. Yep, it was here. Yes, I already know about this.
Hello.
I showed on stream that I know what Vamp Fatale is, and her dialogue.
I type too fast for my own good.
Yeah, so I noticed that. But yeah, literally the only things I know about Final Fantasy IX are Monkey Boy and Kuja. And literally nothing else.
Yeah, Garnet goes by Dagger after a while.
Yeah, but I was referencing a bit from Tales of Graces.
I'll be sure to be that movie meme of the guy pointing at the TV whenever there's a reference.
That's a Leonardo DiCaprio meme, by the way. I don't even know. I feel like I know what movie that's from, but I can't place it.
I've never seen whatever movie it's from.
I feel like I could be gaslighting myself, but it feels like at the very least I know what movie that is, but I don't know. I can't recall. All I know is that the meme has been around for years. We've been walking for a while, so let's rest our feet, eh? Drinks are on me. What are you, Canadian? Sveen, Ignis, the two of you go ahead and order first. Yes, I'll take your strongest drink.
I think Zero would take the strongest drink.
Say what?
You think Zero would take the strongest drink?
So many different drinks.
Oh, hell yes, she would.
Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Drink. I'll be right back. I'll get myself a drink.
Of course. I should warn you, though. Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well?
I could go with sweet cocoa. I could do that. Fuck it. Sweet cocoa.
I understand completely. The allure of something sweet can often be too strong to resist.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling.
I did it again! God, would I please stop that?
What'd you do?
I did the thing that I sometimes do where I pressed the button too fast and it skips the dialogue ahead before the character's done speaking.
But they're not
You
my
can
people
switchy finger.
anymore, are they? Their city,
Sometimes.
their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all.
It happens enough where I recognize that I have done that, and that I know that I do it.
I've had one time where I had the fast forward accidentally on and at the top speed.
Yeah, never do. Yeah, never. Yeah, that's why I don't like using the rush or auto attack feature in Persona games, because I just know I'm going to fuck it up somehow and KO my whole team.
So easy to farm yen in the royal version. I had.
Well, yeah, only with certain jobs.
Your Majesty, is that you?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene, though I'm often told we look alike.
Look at this kid with his Sora ass
How
haircut.
many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now, we're going home.
Like, I'm still waiting for them to do a Kingdom Hearts collab, because they could use Organization 13 and just them. Because you could have Xemnas for Sage, because of the whole laser thing. You got Machinist with Zigbar, Dragoon for Zaldin. You have for Scholar and Summoner, that would be Zexion. For Vexen, they'd have to end up giving Paladin a sword, unfortunately.
Let's be honest, if they ever do a crossover, it's going to be with Kingdom Hearts 4, and it's probably not going to be as big as you want it to be. Sorry to be a...
No. Dude, they could do just Organization 13, because then you have Warrior for Lexius, and then you have for Dark Knight you'd have Syx. Dancer would be Axel. No, I don't know what the fuck Demix would be. Like Demix. Actually, for Luxord, they could.
Bard. They just rework the thing to be.
No.
For
Demix, instead of a weapon, it's just an instrument that the bard can just pull out of their ass. That's all it is. It's an instrument. Luxord, I could see them doing for Astrologian, given the whole cards thing he does during his fights. And of course, you have Reaper and Ninja for Marluxia and Larxene. Roxas could be Samurai, but that would be a kind of a stretch. The only reason that can even be suggested is because he has some kind of command. Is because he's got some sort of relation with the samurai nobodies, according to the lore. Because if you recall, in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, I think it's also in Kingdom Hearts 2, in just base Kingdom Hearts 2, when Sora encounters Roxas in the world that never was, 2 samurai nobodies ambush them.
Bye! Not Queen Sphene!
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain.
Watching a fucking Final Fantasy character drink from a regular looking coffee cup.
Lonely.
I'm so used to watching them drink from mugs and teacups that watching them drink from a modern day cup is just weird. So I just had something pop up on my phone and it was driving me nuts.
I got one thing I really hate about, like, I got a person, a coworker that I message, and if his phone is not on, it keeps fucking periodically saying the message didn't get sent. Okay, fuck off.
What? How does that? Wait, hold on. How does that even make sense?
Like every 2 hours, it'll pop up and say that they're offline or whatever because their phone isn't on.
That makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the message just not sending.
I hate that it keeps notifying me that it wasn't sent. I don't care.
No, my thing is just like, no, it should be sent. The thing, it's just that they may not, it's just that they won't see it, is that they shouldn't see it until they're back on. What the hell?
Oh, yes, 14's, 7.41 is coming out on the 27th.
Yeah, so I'm most likely not going to be able, yeah, so...
I think you would be able to stream like early on. You will not be able to stream at like the later period.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm probably not going to be playing the later period, because after tonight's stream, I'm gonna shove in as much white mage grinding as I can, because I'm really close to getting all of my combat classes to level 80.
I'm
not counting the Dawn Trail classes, because those will start at level 90, I believe. No, wait, level 80.
80.
It's start of the... with the exception of the Heavensward classes, classes start at the level... it is always the level of the expansion start minus 10. Because Red Mage and Samurai start at level 50, even though the expansion starts at 60. It's quite alright. The people have been through so much, it's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Ignis. I appreciate your understanding. Right then, where to next? We could take a look inside the next arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on True View. Ah, yes. Hopefully what pops up on the screen isn't fatal.
But people who did this before they came out, they did not know about the cock and ball torture until recently.
God, I'm just like, they've been doing this. I can't even do my usual "I can take her" joke because it's too fucking. Because one, it's way too obvious, and two, it's not nearly as fun. And two, it's not nearly as funny as doing it with, say, Menfina.
He soiled it. He soiled it. Soiled it. Soiled it. Soiled it.
Yeah, it's just that it's too obvious. Like, I can do that joke with Cloud of Darkness, Menfina, etc. Not when it's that goddamn obvious.
May be a cloud, but I will find a way to fuck it.
Nah. It's the fault of the developers for making the Cloud of Darkness look so sexy. By the way, do not look out Cloud of Darkness, Dissidia NT. Do not. It's even worse.
Well, doesn't she have the same model as the
Ultimacia?
Eden, Cloud of Darkness?
Somewhat, from my memory. Fun fact: one of her skins is actually her OG skin. You know, the green complexion and everything. It's really cool. Because yeah, I do have NT. Fun fact, Xenos is a DLC character. No, I did not get Xenos, and I still have not, because I still haven't gone back to play NT in a long while. Because I am stupid.
They haven't... When's the last time they done anything with Dissidia?
NT. That's it. That's literally it. Honestly, and the way they did it with NT was just bad. They should have stuck with what they did in the first two games. You know, the one-on-one combat, instead of whatever the hell that was. By the way, one of Yastola's outfits is a deal in NT is her Shadowbringer's outfit. Unfortunately, it's a DLC because of fucking course it is.
Gotta divvy up those costumes.
Her default outfit is a Realm Reborn outfit, if I recall, and you can unlock her Heavensward outfit. Deliveries happen to be my specialty. No, they fucking aren't. I've not done a single one of the delivery quests.
I have... I think there's three custom deliveries I haven't gotten all the achievements for.
I have done literally 0.
Yeah, you're not a crafter or a gatherer.
Nope. I leave that to the nerds.
I'm the fucking Patrick Star with a fucking board on his head as a crafter. Like, I have level 100, but I do nothing with it. Fuck if I know what the fuck the rotations are at level 100.
Just imagine if on April Fools they switched it around. All the combat jobs were actually crafting jobs, and all of the crafting jobs were suddenly combat jobs. You just have people throwing a hammer at Efreet, and he's like, "The fuck was that?"
I got a friend who wants to like really go hard on like becoming an Omnicrafter with one of their characters, and he's like, if only I could pay to boost them like I can with the other ones.
I don't pay for boost.
Yeah,
if I make a new character, they start with nothing.
Yeah, I don't pay either.
Well, aside from the shit that, you know, that it will dump into your account by default based on, like, if you bought a mount, which I have bought a few mounts, so stuff like that will just end up on my on that new character anyways.
I'll pay $20 for a joke. I won't pay more to skip them ahead. I will get Blue Alizé to Dawn Trail at some point.
I'll get Fafnir to Dawn Trail at some point, and then just wait to see the Wait, you're supposed to be a boss.
It was pretty funny. Like I had to run. Obviously, I had to run World of Darkness to get through ARR, and the one person said in the Alliance chat, "I love your name," and then someone else is like, "You do realize that we also have a red Alpha Node?"
And then that person got deleted by said Alpha Node. Let's be real. If you called Alice, we've seen what Alice's reaction was to be mistaken for Alpha Node. She damn near took Estinian's head off.
I was eyeballing the Crystarium gear, Prodigy gear, which is Alpha Node Shadowbringers. That doesn't come with his hair. It's like, why can't that also be bundled with his hairstyle?
Oh, come on.
Only the first one is.
I think I can see why. It would be weird to
have two things bundle the same thing.
Yeah. Having them bundle the exact same thing, that would be weird. So I can see the reasoning behind why.
Get a gender bed Grahatina.
I came across a... Okay, so I ended up in Malika's Well today, right? Dark Knight. At first I thought they were just making mistakes. Okay, so during the first poll, before the first boss, they died. But I noticed something before they died. They just were not moving from the AoEs of the big statue fucking dude. And then I noticed that during the boss fight, they never used the tank mitigations. They used the mitigations that were unique to Dark Knight. However, they were not using the Blackest Night correctly. The way you want to use the Blackest Night is save it for big moves, like tank busters. So that way the majority of that damage gets absorbed. So that way a good chunk of the damage gets absorbed, giving your healer breathing room, right? He was not doing this. The second time, and I even asked him twice in two separate occasions to not stand in AoEs. And he died a second time during the boss of it was the biblically accurate angel dungeon.
Yes.
Thankfully, we didn't wipe. The Reaper that was on the team was a goddamn god.
I don't think... Dude, does Reaper have Enshroud at that point?
I am not 100%. I would need to look.
I think it's 80.
It's either 80 or it's either 80 or by the time one would normally reach Malika's Well. It's one of the two.
I'm pretty sure it's 80. So they have their red slaps, but they don't have their blue slaps, I don't think.
I do not. I remember I had visual effects. I have visual effects turned off for everyone but myself. So I could not tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself so you can continue.
Yeah. Okay. Here you go. Rudin citizen. Oh no, I'm not here to sell you anything.
No Celestine. I'll have to find out how arduous the Step 3 grind for the Phantom weapon is.
They're gonna have you do jumping jacks while listening to the entire music theme of Hildebrand. And yes, you have to dance to it.
You thought that the first two steps were all tied to the Phantom Crescent when you can actually farm them outside.
Like, I prefer the way that they did. I have yet to actually try it myself, but
the one-step process, it does take a bit of time because like the drop rates are kind of low, but it's a one-step process and then it's back to tomestones.
Like, I really think like the tombstone thing should be how it's done to begin with.
I think people just don't like it being tombstones because I don't know, it just
I don't know why. It makes more sense.
Everything basically gives you that tier of tombstones. So I guess it's just like people don't really find it fulfilling to just do like hunt trains or whatever they usually do to grind those out super fast.
I mean, if you grind them out super fast, then you've pretty much done nothing.
Yeah,
I do not mind the way that the grind works in Endwalker.
I feel like the Phantom Crescent's probably the best field instance they've done. The dungeon in it was kind of fucking borked for a while though. I think there's also the fact that, like, I think people, especially with a Realm Reborn, where there's so much to do.
Oh my god, he actually.
And so.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. He actually recognizes me from the Arcadian. You're the unenhanced challenger.
Do they go back and change it? The champ? Or is that... I wonder if
the champion.
Also, yeah, this guy was earlier in MSQ.
I do not remember this man whatsoever.
He flipped out because he was out of life cells.
Oh! You're the Arcadian fighter who's desperate for souls.
The fucking you yelled at you, Spain
I could have. I could have, but let's not forget that Speen took that like a champ.
Yeah, I mean, even he's like, okay, I was a bit of an asshole for a second there.
He's just like, yeah, he's like, you know what? That was an asshole thing to do. I remember that now. And the fact that they actually reference me...
randomly...
No, I love how that references me being the Arcadian champion. I'm glad I did the Arcadian first. I'm not glad, though, I had to do that.
I wonder if he
fight.
still called you champion if you were the champion of the other ones.
No, you wouldn't. No, most likely you would not be called champion because you would still be the unenhanced challenger.
I don't know why, but us talking reminded me of a clip I've seen of like Grand Theft Auto 5 where like the random NPCs like yelling at one of the characters, and he's like, yeah, come on, and then he whips out a gun and he's like, I want to apologize.
I remember that clip. Just like, you know what? That's my fault. People are willing to change their attitude real fast, and they realize that attitude may not last for much longer if they keep it up.
You ever seen the modded Grand Theft Auto clips? There was one I saw where someone was a pigeon throwing snowballs at people and stealing their cars.
Okay. For that question that you just asked, do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
Like
I think it was Doug. I think it was Doug, but it was like where it was like you had the fucking Star Destroyer in the goddamn game. You know, the elite, from Star Wars, the Star Destroyer ships. Just don't yell at, just don't scream into people's faces.
Just think about my drugs. I have friends because I have drugs.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
I'll never forget that line. I have friends because I have drugs. That came from like a web series called Legend of Neil.
Oh God.
The premise of that series is he started jacking off to the ferry and starts strangling himself, and he gets himself transported into the original Legend of Zelda.
Imagine trying to do autoerotic asphyxiation, and suddenly you're being chased by bokoblins.
Somehow he bangs the fairy.
The Great Fairy?
The literally like I don't think there is. Is there the Great Fairy in the first one? The first Legend of Zelda, the one on the NES. He bangs
I'm actually trying to think here.
He bangs a normal fairy somehow. He fucking accidentally has kids.
I have played the NES, the original Zelda on the NES. I have, and I cannot remember if Great Fairies are in the game. I legitimately cannot remember. I want to say that they are, but I could be wrong.
I don't think they show up until like the past.
Hold on.
We're gonna have to look this up right now.
I have to look this up now.
We gotta derail this to look this shit up. But yeah, the line, I have friends because I have drugs, he infiltrates a Moblin bar, and one of the Moblin bartender says that.
Okay. We were... Okay, well, you were dead wrong. Great fairies, as the iconic large winged beings who upgrade the Link's gear, first appeared in Ocarina of Time in '98.
I'm I swear that there's like a great fairy in
Link to the Past introduced the fairies' theme music associated with fairy fountains, though the large great fairies weren't yet featured.
That doesn't seem right.
So
I vaguely remember there being some sort of fairy.
While fairies in general have been around since the start, so since the first game, the familiar great fairies made their debut in Ocarina of Time.
I'm pretty sure there's like a fairy or something that upgrades your sword or something.
I don't think they weren't referred to. If so, they were not referred to as great fairies, as that concept didn't exist. Would not exist in the Zelda games until 1998. I feel okay. What's that one effect where it feels like you remember something happening, but it didn't? What's that effect called again?
First temper your sword in the Dark World by the smith, then you throw it into the golden sword into the secret fairy fountain in the Dark World pyramid.
Yeah, but great fairies did not exist until 1998.
I'll just believe you on that. I might also be confusing Link Between Worlds. Well,
it is possible, because Link Between Worlds does use a lot of the same concepts as Link to the Past, since it is a direct sequel.
There's like, okay, there is like a great fairy looking, but I don't think they're called great fairy.
No, they're just a big fairy.
Badass fairy.
Yeah, they're just big fairies. Because I'm almost certain I remember seeing a bigger version of the fairies in A Link to the Past. I'm almost certain. Again, but I could be gaslighting myself there and confusing it with stuff like Oracle of Ages.
You know what's funny? I had like a strategy book for seasons, never owned seasons.
You know what's funny is I have a strategy book for both games, and it's about both games.
I don't know why I was given that when I don't even have seasons. Never had seasons.
I've had both, but I never beat seasons. The game itself ended up getting corrupted somehow so badly that it couldn't be played.
Okay, since we're talking about corruption, I never finished Mario and Luigi Dream Team because my first playthrough there was a game-breaking glitch that wouldn't allow me to continue.
It's always funny hearing about game-breaking glitches in those older games, because it just seems like it just comes out of the wild because nobody has an idea how the fuck that happened.
By the time I made like a second save slot and got back to where I was at, they finally patched it, that they fixed the game breaking bug. It's something to do, like you run across these two brothers who are similar to like the Mario brothers, and they help you through the mountain. And if you leave the mountain,
we've got a problem. Oh yeah, let's just follow her. I'm sure that this isn't a trap or anything.
But yeah, if you left the mountain, like, the cutscene would show up in soft lock because your character was supposed to be somewhere else on the area. It did not expect you to leave the mountain. That's it.
Yeah, like you're not supposed to leave the mountain. Game doesn't know where the fuck you are.
Poor Alpha Dream, they got fucked by Nintendo. They should have did Bowser's Inside Story on the Switch, but they were never given the funds to do so.
That story's all too familiar. It's like they didn't get the funds.
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Hey, are you alright?
If that was just some random hobo, that would have killed me.
So he didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
Why do you look like Himmel from Free Rin? I'm not the only one who's thought that, am I?
I'm sure there's probably someone else. I haven't really watched Fear, and so I didn't think
if you
about
look
it.
up, no, if you look up Himmel, because you have old Himmel, and then you have Himmel when he's younger. This guy kind of looks like young Himmel.
Fucking Children's Hospital Himmel.
Children's Hospital Himmel.
You there! Yes, you! We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping, the key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
Before I get to that, a bit of advice. If you're going to kill someone, make absolutely certain they're dead. Second, no.
Okay,
Oh, I have to. You ask me that after you try to kill me? Honestly, if I had to kill for every time an antagonist asked me something after trying to kill me, I'd actually be pretty damn rich. Let's be real. That happens way too often in this game.
Now that you mention it, the other way around may have been more appropriate.
Finally someone gets it! Kill first, ask later.
If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
Yeah, let's ask the Ascians how that worked out.
You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
If I was an Ascian, I'd be fuck this timeline and pull a Graha.
There's like, you know what? I'm choosing a different timeline.
Experiments. Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless. I pity her. she was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn
I think there's like 4 Asians left unaccounted for.
Even though there's no end to them.
I'm almost certain that that only a few of them are left and are left unaccounted for, because Nabrialis got X'd into the Shadow Realm after a realm reborn. Igorum we sent into the Shadow Realm ourselves. Lahabra was formally executed by the Pope. We took care of Emmett ourselves. Edible, we sentenced to live life as a microchip. And Fandango, technically it was a the Amon we fight in Crystal Tower is a simulacrum, but it's still Amon. But not only did we kill Fandango once, we fight his soul!
There's the 2 Asians in Eden.
Technically 1, because Gaia is the reincarnated / thundered version of of the woman from Eden.
Then there's the one Galuf killed when sending the one island into the live stream.
Wait, was there?
Yeah, he fucking killed that one. He was sent directly to the live stream because of that. No escape. Fucking gone.
Okay, but yeah. Can't really count the woman from Eden, since technically that was also Gaia.
Still, like they're not.
There's not a whole lot of them left. I think there's only 4 or 5 left at most.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's 4.
It's 4 or 5 at most. Not accounting for. Not accounting.
I think it's 2.
Wait, this is not accounting. Wait, this is not accounting for Azim, who our character is the sundered version of, and Gaia, who is the sundered version of the Eden of the one woman from the Eden raids. So this is not accounting for the sundered versions that may or may not be alive.
Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it, and sure enough, she did just that. I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi.
Don't use that name.
So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry.
I feel like they were going for an Asahi look here, but it doesn't just quite have the same effect.
Alas, we are naught more than pawns, pieces in his grand design.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you.
Technically, she didn't attack Sveen. I did. What do you stand to gain by making everyone endless?
You're speaking to me. Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution. Since time immemorial, Life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrode technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people. Calyx! You always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
I think you already know my answer. My left nut.
I love how he's in Endless, but he still shows himself with the fucking IV in his neck.
I'm more impressed with the sleep with the eye bags. Honestly, like he has not slept in 7 years.
Knowing him, he probably hasn't slept for even longer.
Probably not.
Then again, do you need to sleep if you're in Endless?
Better question: do you need, if you're in Endless, do you get the need to piss?
I don't think there's ever been a video game that has made me need to piss more harder than Sea of Thieves. I don't know what it is.
It's the water.
Yeah, you think so?
It might be. I don't know.
I don't think I've had stronger pisses than after a play session of Sea of Thieves.
The reason why Sokka isn't a bender in Avatar: The Last Airbender is because they knew that eventually they would have to address. Did Sokka ever test to see if you could bend your piss? The answer is probably yes.
Even with having a like non-bender, the fucking original Avatar team was always fantastic. Like,
oh yeah,
all of them contributed pretty well.
Yeah. Korra's the problem with Legend of
Korra by like changing.
It ended up changing so drastically that they had a great setup with Amon, right?
Okay, I'm okay with Amon. You know what pisses me off about
that's actually where because they didn't think they would get in a second season. That's why they ended Amon's story like that.
Yeah, and then they never go back to the non-bending issues.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, they have to make shit up.
What pissed me
Which
off
made
was
it worse.
Okay, what pissed me off was that they basically turned bending into boxing. Because they're, like, you literally have a scene of what's-his-face telling Korra to not use the fucking martial arts to bend. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean? That's literally how you bend. There was no way of bending beforehand. What do you mean that's just fucking boxing now? You have to do these martial arts to fucking bend.
There was more to bending than just the martial arts aspect, but still, part of it was them just not was them they're just being like, okay, we're not getting a second season. What the fuck do you mean we're getting greenlit for a second season? Fuck. Because again, Amon was a great villain.
We've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
But the other villains after that
Amon really didn't even need to. Amon really didn't even need to even pretend that he wasn't a bender. He'd just be like, benders suck ass, therefore I'm getting rid of benders.
I mean, that was how he pretended in the first place. It was brilliant. Again, if they had known that they were going to get more seasons, they could have stretched him out. But instead, we ended up with Korra fighting her uncle, the Red Lotus, which... Why were they trying to kill the Avatar the new Avatar when she was still a child? I still don't get this angle. Like, you realize she would just reincarnate. What was even the plan?
Wait, weren't they actually? They were trying to get her into the Avatar state and then kill her.
Which, considering how young she was not gonna happen. Because she was like, what, 6, 7?
Oh, it's surprising they fucking had that fucking Boomy lady fucking blow her own head off.
I mean, when I still laugh at Zuko going, funnily enough, I hired a guy who could do the same thing to try and kill the last Avatar. And I'm just like, oh yeah, you did! Which brings up the question, how the fuck are they doing that?
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Sphene, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution,
I hear
tis plain that
Jonathan Bailey without his voice messed up.
say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone
Does not
says,
sound like Raha in
could he have been the
7.4.
one who erased everyone's memories of Endless Fiend's death?
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives.
Though Calyx has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his actions will further this agenda remains unclear. That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear to entice them to become endless.
Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. Nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish to do what I can for those who believe in their queen. Although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then I would truly have no place here.
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but I've found something interesting. When I analyzed the sign that Calyx appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a terminal used only by Preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
Old Alexander Castle. Time for more Final Fantasy IX references.
Inside this tower.
It's an ideal place for Preservation to conceal a terminal, I must say. Having existed since the Storm Surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calyx, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
Well, yeah, someone that intelligent, yeah, it's a trap.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead. What do you think, my friend?
I think a little revenge is in order. No, seriously, it's not that they tried to kill me that pisses me off. What pisses me off is they made the attempt and didn't finish it.
We cannot allow his offense to go unanswered.
If you're set on this course of action, I'll work on getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
Like, this is like the whole thing with Benny from Fallout New Vegas. If you're gonna kill someone, do it right.
Please, let me come with you.
Make sure they are dead.
I may not possess any special
The hell was
skills,
Benny's
but
plan?
I know the castle better than any.
I have no idea. You see, the thing is that he. Okay, for me in New Vegas, the thing about Benny that pisses me off isn't that he tried to kill me. It's that he had the easiest headshot kill in the fucking world. With the courier being able to do fuck all, and still fucked it up.
You know, he shot you twice too, and he fucked.
No, every time I play New Vegas, my plan is to get a revolver, and go only for headshots against Benny. Be like, this is how you kill someone.
Because House already knew about his fucking duplicity.
Well, of course he did. He wasn't as smooth and slick as he thought he was.
All right. If that's what you want, then we go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
Oh yeah, Phoenix Downs can be used in dungeons now.
Don't they last for like 60 seconds or some shit?
They have, I think, similar to like a res cooldown. I had to save an orogenics run by you today, Phoenix Downs.
There we are. The hell is that Oblivion member's weapon? I don't know.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
It looks like an awkward Dark Souls weapon. I had a feeling you were in the world, so...
Yeah, well, if you want, I'm available if you need me.
Underkeep. That's what we call it.
Yep.
I could use this time to repair my gear.
Or repair my own gear.
Wait, what am I, nuts? I can just go to my apartment.
It'd be that hard to find DPS.
You just think. Well, I'll just do absolutely fuck all. See, every time.
Oh, you're getting dragged back in.
Every time.
Hey, I can't cardia people that are in cutscene.
You know, that actually makes sense. Because they're technically, as far as the game's concerned, they are not in the dungeon just yet. If I understand it correctly.
See if I remember this one. I did run this one whenever I did 100 dungeons.
They must have gotten in and made themselves at home.
Make sure I have both of them.
Yeah, I guess people with 7.1, I guess people just didn't really like the whole stuff with Buffalo and railroad tracks. It felt like another, you know, like another society quest kind of thing in main scenario. People being a little too iffy. I did feel like it was the weakest one, but like, looking back on it, I don't think it's as bad as people were making out there. I have to point at my screen like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, meanwhile I have no idea what it's about.
These things were used to like get around the continent. There were tunnels, long tunnels that
excuse me?
Yeah,
by the time, I figured it out, but I was a little slow in the uptake.
Yeah, you have to check the background.
Yeah, like I said, I figured it out, but I was a little slow.
Guy.
Excuse me? Wait, where did he go? Oh, okay. That was bad placement on my part.
Yeah, that racket, or I think attack, is what it's called. A each leave supposed to be arena.
I was like a millimeter too far to one side, too far, and got by that last AOE.
Black Mage is like, what? Mechanics? Is that for cars? He got hit by like every single amazing racket attack.
I noticed. He got hit by like everything.
Like, I'm not moving.
Like, fuck your mechanics.
Healers will adjust.
Fuck your mechanics. I'm a black mage. Movement is foreign. I wasn't sure if we were going to get a dungeon today. I'm glad we did. Since, you know...
Everkeep's construction was apparently a constant battle against the rising water level.
There's currently no more for the Alliance raids until the next patch.
It's upsetting to think that
I think there's just story for you, or like a bit of story.
Yeah, but not really worth it.
I'll save it for later.
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to figure out the stopping point for this one.
No, there's still a bit. This is what, 7.2?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I still have a bit to go through.
You got this dungeon, but
there should be a trial or two after this, so there's usually at least one trial every other patch post expansion.
So you have come. Let us measure your strength.
So, he wants to test my reflexes.
they do a lot of mostly stuff in MSQ now. Ever since Endwalker. I don't think there's usually like a trial series anymore. Where do
No, they usually have a couple of I think they do. Oh.
Last one.
Yeah. I caught on to that pretty quick. I'm safe.
When you got two people who are trying to correct themselves and they just end up fucking hitting each other with the mechanic.
Yeah, those types of mechanics are always tricky because of that. It's not that they did anything wrong, it was just unfortunate. Alright, which one are you? Every time I have been on the right side. Every time I have
You're like,
gotten
I
lucky.
don't need to do jack shit.
Because I'm just paying attention to where that sword is going to swing. Frickin' bot.
That was hardly a challenge, I see.
That was supposed to be a challenge?
You will show me more. I bid you press on.
He shows himself as being really smart. I don't think, like... The later on decisions, I question that.
I mean, there's being smart, there's being intelligent, and then there's being smart.
I guess that's true. I've had someone who... I knew someone who had, like, really good...
They were intelligent,
really
but they lacked common sense, or something.
Yes. They were good, they were, like, book smart, but they were, like, fucking, like, no common sense. I wish I could remember an example, but it was, like, fucking, like, 10 years ago since I talked to him, you know? I can't even remember an example. I had a friend who confused waffles with pancakes and pancakes with waffles.
How do you even confuse those two?
You know, it's funny, I'm like, have you never went to a breakfast place and got the wrong thing? And he's like, yeah, I did, but I just thought that they were confused.
Someone was confused. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. I fucking stop. I think I randomly asked that question, which one would you prefer, waffles or pancakes? And he said waffles, and then the way he described it, I'm like, dude, you're fucking describing pancakes.
How do you not know the difference?
Yeah, fuck it. Take the damage.
Could be worse. The damage could have been so much worse. And I'll use my Shadowed Vigil instead. Not gonna waste my Rampart. Like, I'm not gonna waste my Rampart on that.
But I have something that may test you yet.
Alright, what's the next Final Fantasy IX reference? Come on. It's a shield.
I think it's just like a big pillar type of thing.
Very well. Let us see how you perform.
I think it is a 9 boss, if I recall correctly.
No, it has to be. Because remember, in post-Endwalker, we dealt with most of the Final Fantasy IV bosses.
Yeah, they gave them Final Fantasy IV member berries. And for 9 member berries.
Although, keep in mind that one of the post-Heavenwood bosses was a Final Fantasy IV boss. The dog. Not sure.
Cross AoEs.
I see now.
Let us introduce more weaponry.
I'm sorry, the what? Okay, that AoE is bigger than I thought. Noted.
Let us see what this yields.
I did the thing again where I'm 1 millimeter too much to one side.
Perhaps a new approach to assess your adaptability.
I see.
He's gonna spend some money where they're at.
Fuck it, popping that. Oh, that wasn't so bad.
How unfortunate. For you to die here, it would save me trouble later.
Again.
Ah shit, I tried to get him in half.
I'm beginning to understand how you were able to defeat Queen Eternal.
You doing okay there on mana?
I'm fine. Fight's about over anyway.
I was gonna say, it's almost over, but I've had
That will do. We have enough to proceed with an analysis.
I'd rather the boss not pull off some BS.
I guess I could have cycled lucid dreaming a little bit better.
That's what I do is when I start dipping into the 6,000 to 7,000 range, I tend to start. I just pop lucid dreaming. You know.
I think there are times where I overheal a little bit.
Alex was measuring our strength. Is that why he contrived to lead us here?
Well, to be fair, he did use the strongest bolt that he was possibly able to use in Everkeep, and it still didn't kill me.
It looks like we've cleared away the machines and beasts. But who knows what else he might have in store. From here on out, Sveen and Shale will move with us. Let's find that terminal, but stay alert for more threats.
Some of those rooms in the castle were obviously copied from 9.
Well, yeah, the dungeon is obviously...
The castle.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the Dark Elf that you fight in Post-Endwalker, he's not on the moon. He's actually in a cave that's completely unrelated to the moon.
That magnetic cave.
Before my
that magnetic cave that made me fucking hate his ass.
I used to walk through here on my way to watch Otis.
Of course I know about that there, Bridge Troll because one of my favorite YouTubers,
Otis, if I'm not mistaken.
he's determined to play every single version
was
of
his second in
FF4.
command in the Royal Knights of Alexandria. Oh, how I loved to see the two of them spar. I once dreamed of fighting by their side, so I studied
I have no idea what that sound in the
under my tutor.
background is. I have no idea what that sound is.
But when I was 15, the storm surge broke out, and both my father
BRB.
and mother passed away. As the new queen, I was forbidden from taking to the battlefield, for our nation would fracture had I died without a successor. Though, in the end, I could barely move. I regret that I didn't go out there and fight.
Yeah, someone's alarm.
Still could.
Someone's alarm or something is going wild. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
My endless self lamented not being able to protect the realm with benevolence. 'Tis a feeling to which I can relate.
Sven.
Ah, forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to darken the mood. Come, let us press on.
Yeah, the thing with the Dark Elf and that magnetic cave is that if you had Metal Gear on, because I played the SNES version, right? If you had Metal Gear on, you were going to get this massive debuff, and God fucking help you. I hated that part of the game with every fiber of my being. Calcabrina, that was the boss's name. That was the doll boss's name.
This is one
Was it
big
Calcabrina
castle.
or is it Calcabrina?
How far does this hallway go?
I'm not sure how the pronunciation is. Is that a Calcabrina or Calcabrina?
That's always the fun fact, a fun thing about, like, before voice acting.
What?
Especially since the boss's name is never said in the game. Not just this one, it's never said in 4 either.
What? What happened?
Was I mysteriously teleported against my will again?
Oh, it seems our guest brought company. So this was your doing? It was. We installed a teleporter that is triggered by the presence of the key, you see? Ah, I'm afraid etheric transmissions cannot penetrate the walls of the throne room. It will take your friends a good while to find you.
I confess the Valia Pira did not suffice to assess your capabilities. So I shall try something else. You are free to use anything at your disposal. The better you fight, the more accurate my data. Attaining
Love the new
a
look,
precise
Beatrice.
measure of your strength, that is the most expeditious way to reclaim the key to which you so stubbornly cling.
Ah, noble Zelenia, dashing as ever. These villains mean to do us harm. Strike them down, I bid you. What? This machine is Zelenia! Indeed it is. We couldn't preserve her memories while she lived, so she has been reconstructed from our recollections of her. The endless me being created in answer to the earnest desires of Alexandrians. That I can accept. But to twist the memories of those I held dear and treat them as playthings. This disgrace I cannot abide! Loath though I am to comply with their demands, this monstrosity must be destroyed. Not least of all for Zelenia's honor. If she was indeed created from my memories, even if I cannot fight, I may be able to offer you counsel. So please, lend me your strength and end this farce.
And trial.
Yep. Time for more FF9 music.
Ah, there it is.
I do like how they take the music from the old games and remix them, because I enjoyed how they did it for Golbez's fight. Since I'm trapped here, immersion time. Okay, yeah, it's recollection.
That alarm still going off in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Again, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
I feel like someone's about to like fucking.
So you're gonna hear next thing you're gonna start hear gunfire and someone pop, someone put in a cap in an ass.
I don't know why, but that reminded me of like a person was house sitting in an apartment and they locked themselves.
Right now.
They got themselves locked out, so they had to smash a window, and the cops were called because of it. And like the two women cops, when they went up, they immediately fired upon them and like dumped like so many fucking magazines of ammo into the fucking apartment.
Oh, that's how that works.
They're out and in or in and out.
I know this technique. You must keep moving.
Is sword. Ectomancer died from the. Like, I'll stay in the explosions.
Should be recreated so faithfully.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria! Heavens roar! Fall!
Was capable of much more.
I will show you the soul of a royal knight!
Oh. Okay. I thought it was weird that it was purple.
And glory of Alexandria, I strike!
They'll be laying down glyphs. Whenever her magic blows up, it'll also blow up the glyph.
Gotcha.
Wherever it's sitting on.
No more games!
Quickly! Away from the sigils!
The sigils themselves don't hurt, but when magic goes, it'll blow up the glyph. Also, middle hurts, so don't go through the middle.
You must brace for blade and magic both.
I've seen people go through the middle to get out of the blows.
And it hurts. Shit.
Yeah.
I did not notice the AoE.
Well, it's the sword. I was there with you, but I was like, yeah, I'm just staying here, gonna take the damage. What is up with that picto?
Oh.
There is no escape!
Guys better get out of there. This thing's gonna blow up.
Yeah, I was standing on a sigil. Oh well.
I know this is merely a reconstruction, and yet...
Is that the Picto? Carry my dead ass.
My resolve shall never waver. I am sworn to protect my queen. I will die before I yield.
Okay, which direction is the force going? Is it going towards me or is it going towards the other one? It's going towards me. Changing position.
That's right. Zelenia was always there to protect me.
My steel! Rage and royal!
Someone was nervous about me doing that alone.
Yes! A disgraceful display. Forgive me, my queen. I have failed you.
What were you gonna say?
I actually like that fight.
Yeah, pretty good.
It wasn't too hectic. There were enough mechanics that you had to pay attention, but that's what I would expect.
I think it's the sword that fucks a lot of people, a lot of newer.
I was paying attention to where the sword is positioned. Like the only time I fucked up was just
There's the
after,
sword, and then there's
the...
that orb. There's the orb that turns on a sigil. And it's always going to be one of the areas farther away from it.
Yeah, and then there's the sword that you have to pay attention to where she's holding it.
I did. Though these figures will
that Picto kept dying from that explosion attack. Just stayed in getting blown up.
Got voice acting.
Muting.
If you have no scruples about thus defiling the memories of Zilenia, then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye. You are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner. It is a waste of time and effort, but since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key.
Yeah, about that.
Why do you so oppose our objective? With the key, we would be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless. We could give this chance to evolve not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well. I see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
The Ninth. Clever. You're aware of the connection between the worlds.
Oh, don't tell me you thought you were the only ones who knew. That is the height of hubris. Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course. Ultimately, what you think is immaterial. For the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calyx.
As a token of gratitude for consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
Yeah, people were speculating it was a different reflection, and then they, I think
And
it's
then he's
before
just
this.
like, then he's just like, by the way, all those Final Fantasy IX references, yeah, we're literally from the 9th.
I think Yoshi P gave it away before this patch, and then like they literally like it was like, okay, people stop speculating. This is the fucking 9th.
To be completely fair, when we were dealing with Golbez and Zeromus and the 4 Archfiends, and that was on the 13th.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the 4th is destroyed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the 4th is one of the reflections that got Thanos by one of the calamities.
I don't know if they're ever going to explain, but like, what the heck is their plan? Because even if like they have the key to the reflections, they're gonna run out of ether at some point.
They would have to, quite unfortunately, they would have to start looking towards other worlds. Because remember, Midgardstormer and his brood did not originate from this star. Because if you recall, they came to the star. They came to this star after it had already been sundered into 14 pieces. So they would have to look to other stars. Which, of course, has its own problems.
Yeah, I can't imagine that there's a lot of ether compared to Aetheris.
Well, you never know.
Selenia.
Oh.
It pains me to think that you're gone too.
Aha! Oh, we found you at last.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
Then preservation's objective is indeed what Calyx claimed. But for them to know about the source and the shards, and to refer to theirs as the 9th, that raises some questions.
I assume they may have had some run-ins with certain,
They're in cloaked figures.
Yeah. Hold on, that bot I'm dealing with. Okay, that dealt with the bot. But yeah, that's the only reason I can think of how they knew about the others. Because remember, that's how Golbez found out about the source. Of course, I imagine it was also, the whole being able to get for a void sent to be summoned.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us?
So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
This tiara, it was hers, the Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
It's a type of regulator, I believe. It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's memories. Calyx likely used it to create the simulant. Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants. Strange that he would abandon it, though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memories.
Both are likely.
In any case, not much information of import appears to remain on this terminal.
Both are good.
But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
No, in this case, both are not good.
For Calyx it is.
This contains the memories of another me. The tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
It would be for the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No
Looks
objections.
so tiny in her hands.
It is a tiara.
All right, I'm finished. Let's head to the library, and then back outside.
I don't know. Like, when it's on their head, it seemed bigger.
It might be a model thing.
Yeah.
Give you an example. Nameless King from Dark Souls 3. He has 2 phases, right? Well, in his first phase, he is very large.
Farewell, Selenia.
However, when phase 2 starts, they actually change his size, and he becomes somewhat smaller. However, they hide the model change through a cutscene. And you can fight Nameless King in Dark Souls, not Dark Souls, but in Elden Ring Night Rain. And the way that, but there's no cutscene. So how do they hide the size change? I'm not even joking about this. It's hilarious. They make him jump 30,000 feet into the air. They make him jump 30,000 feet into the air, and as he lands down, the models have switched.
With modern problems requires modern solutions.
No, because what's even funnier is that up in the air, I believe, is like the base of operations for the Nightfarers. So just imagine, you're minding your own business. You see this man just jump 30,000 feet into the air. He just looks at you, says, "No one will ever believe you," before diving back down. And you know that he's telling the truth. No one will believe you. Oh shit.
What?
Oh wow, I actually got a report on the bot. Action has been taken.
You reported to a bot and the bot immediately reported about it?
No, I reported the bot and I got a response from Twitch itself.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I thought you were meaning like a server bot. I think
No,
Twitch bot.
It's just one of those bullshit sites that's like, check out the Ko-Fi page. I don't have a fucking Ko-Fi page. Go fuck yourself. I don't even use Ko-Fi. Alright, I'm gonna end this here, because I think we actually did quite a bit. So...
Yeah, you're just about at the end of 7.2.
Yeah, I'm just at, yeah. And with the update coming in a couple of days, yeah. And like I said, I want to try and squeeze in as much leveling as I can for my white mage, since it's 78, 79. I've almost gotten it to level 80. So I will see you all next time.